Good day, awesome YouTubers. It is Lollyman16 here again for another Dragon Ball Battles. This one is going to be a little bit different today. We're going to take another GT character, but we're also going to take a Dragon Ball Z character. If you've seen my other Dragon Ball Battles videos, what I do on those is basically I go ahead and tell you a little bit of the history about the two characters that I am putting up against. I am also doing their skills and their overall power level and some other interesting facts about them and see who would win in overall conclusion. There's not going to be any animations or anything on this video. This is all just statistics and pretty much what I know about the two characters, and let's see who wins. So like the other Dragon Ball battle video, I think it was battle number 2 if I'm correct, maybe it was number 3, I don't know. This one is number 4, so anyway, we did Omega Shenron first as a GT character. So we're going to take on Rildo first, and let's get right into it. General Rildo, he's kind of an interesting case because with General Rildo, basically, he was introduced in the first arc of Dragon Ball GT. He was one of the major villains, along with Lord Lude and Cardinal Muchi. At least Muchi Muchi in the English, and I believe Cardinal Muchi in the Japanese. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, because I'm not quite sure on that. Anyway, he was introduced in that saga as a villain. Basically what happened here is General Rildo, he has a lot of very strange abilities, and yes, he is a robot. For you guys, if you don't know, he's a pretty advanced one at that. We've seen these kind of characters before with, the Jinzo Ningen, or the androids in the Cell arc of Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Z, and some other things along with Cell and, all those type of things. Also in Dragon Ball, the original series, of course, we had Android 8 and all the others. General Rildo is a little bit different. He has his first form here, as I'm showing you on the screen. His first form just himself regularly. Now I believe he's called a general because he is a general of the planet that's on. I actually have to look up really quickly what planet that was, but essentially General Rildo, he's kind of, yeah, he is supposed to be a main villain, but he's kind of a side villain too, because the climax of the first arc really didn't go until, Lord Lude and they defeated him and all that stuff. So anyway, I just looked it up. He is the commander of planet M2, and of course he was created by Dr. Mew, of course, who also in subsequent arcs created both Hellfighter 17, and he merged with regular Android 17 to create Super 17. Let's get right into his abilities, strengths, and feats and whatnot. So as I already explained to you before, he has a first form, and then he has another form, this second form named Hyper Rildo. Basically what happens here is he just collects robotic pieces from other robots around, and basically it transforms them into this second form, as you see here, with like these wing-shaped things. He has a mask guard, almost like Kura in the Revenge of Cooler movie, and he also has a drill on his right hand. So General Rildo, in terms of power scaling, it's said in GT, and I believe this is also said in the GT Perfect files. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not very knowledgeable on General Rildo, but I do believe Son Goku said that Rildo had the amount, or his power level at least, was equal to that of Majin Buu. I'm not sure which form he's referring to. I believe he's referring to that form as his first form, actually, to be stronger than Majin Buu. Now he transforms in. He has two forms. He has Meta Rildo and he has Hyper Meta Rildo, and what happens here is, again, as I just said, he absorbs robotic pieces from robots. Those robots are actually the Canon Sigma. He just absorbs the body parts and transforms. I'll show you his next form right here. Nope, that's not it. And that's not it. These are some of his abilities, actually. And yeah, that's it. Hyper Metal Rildo, where again he absorbs not only the Sigma Force, but also the planet around him, I guess you could say. And he has this unique ability. I'm going to show it right here. He has this unique ability in his third form. What happens here is he spits out this energy beam. It seems like a green energy beam, and whatever it touches, it turns into this kind of metal substance. And it completely paralyzes the foe. Even guys like Gohan, when he used it against Gohan, completely paralyzed his arms, so he couldn't move it or anything. And it's very dangerous. That's why, because at the very end, Goku, Trunks, and Pan were all captured with that energy beam, and they were taken in by General Rildo. That's how he was, well, he wasn't really defeated. That's how he defeated Goku and Trunks and Pan in that first arc. A couple of other abilities. This is in his first form. He has ability known as Rocket Punch. It's almost like Android 16, just a regular Rocket Punch. Nothing too special about that. And of course, the Sigma Force created by the planet's bio robotic type, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, they just form into robots, but that won't really help in this case, especially when you're fighting someone like Majin Buu. And I'll get to that later. As I said before, his power in his first form is comparable of that of Majin Buu. It took Super Saiyan 1 Kid Goku to be on par with him, and then he had to transform into his subsequent second and third forms, Meta Rildo and Hyper Meta Rildo. That's pretty much it for Rildo. He doesn't have many other techniques that I know of. One more thing to note on Hyper Meta Rildo is that he can use his ability to basically control the entire planet, because the entire planet is created out of like biomech life. So pretty much with his third form, he is composed of that, so he can actually manipulate the planet to his own will. That's a cool little ability, and it comes very in handy when fighting strong opponents. Let's move on to Majin Buu for a second. We all know Majin Buu. I'm not going to cover too many of his abilities because he has a lot of them. And of course, his history, as for his history, well, Majin Buu, as you guys all know, is a creation of Babidi. Okay, Babidi, or actually not Babidi, it's Bibidi who created him many years ago. But later on, that's actually stated to be false. Akira Toriyama has come out and said that no, Majin Buu has existed since the dawn of time, and what happened is that Bibidi actually found him. Okay, he found him and kind of took control of him and took over. Basically, he's kind of his wingman, directing him what to do and all that good stuff. That's kind of it for Majin Buu. He's obviously a demon, kind of a strange character. But we'll talk about that later. He has many forms. The forms we're going to cover today are his first form, his Super Buu form, and his kid form, and finally his Buuhan form. He has two other forms, actually technically three other forms. He has the form of Gotenks Absorbed, which is commonly referred to as Bootenks. He has Piccolo Absorbed, which is referred to as Buu-Iccolo, and of course he has Gohan Absorbed, which is the strongest form of Buu, known as Buuhan. Now, going back to his first form, or it's not really his first form. You see, Majin Buu is a strange case. If you guys did not know, what happened here is he absorbed the other Kaioshin, and this form, what you're seeing now, is the fat version of Buu, or what many people like to call Fat Buu. Basically, he absorbed the, I believe it's the Grand Kai or Supreme. I can forget. It's one of the Kais in Universe 7. He absorbed almost every single one of them and gained their not only their techniques but also their minds. And basically, it's kind of strange with Majin Buu because he absorbs these Kaioshins and he absorbs their identity. So Fat Buu becomes more friendly, like, because he absorbed that last Kai. It's kind of a strange deal. At one point, he even became buff because one of the Kais was buff. Anyway, so when we're putting the power scaling together with Rildo, Rildo is said to have stronger than Majin Buu. Now, what form of Majin Buu? Well, we don't know. It's never been stated exactly what form. He never specifically states anything. He just says, wow, you're even stronger, stronger than Majin Buu was. Okay, we're going to assume it's going to be Kid Buu because Kid Buu is the last one Goku fought in the Buu Saga. We're going to assume it's Kid Buu, so based on that, the first form of Rildo is stronger than Kid Buu and his subsequent forms must be stronger. But overall, in terms of power, I'd probably put Rildo at his final form because it's interesting because Goku as a Super Saiyan 1, or at least that's what we can deduce, he was in Super Saiyan 1 form and he was still able to keep up with Rildo in his third form. So again, Goku got a 50 times power boost with that. Again, I don't really know the calculation here, but I would have to say in terms of power, I would probably say third form Rildo is probably somewhere around Super Buu. Definitely not any of the other forms like Buu Piccolo, Buu Tanks, and Buu Han. In terms of Kid Buu, I would say I'd probably put him around Kid Buu, I guess, because again, we don't know what form Goku was referring to when he said that Rildo was stronger than Majin Buu. We have no idea. It's just all speculation. But in the end, I'd probably have to say who wins this fight. It's going to be a little bit interesting because they have similar powers. But if we don't take in the fact that Majin Buu can absorb, like, if we're just going strictly off of Majin Buu and his original form, like I'm saying Kid Buu, I probably have to say this is going to be a difficult fight because Rildo can be hurt, but Majin Buu can't. But on the same time, Rildo can use his paralyzing, that ability where he basically traps you in like this metallic substance. Interesting here. This is strange because Kid Buu has also similar abilities with absorption. Not only absorption, but Majin Buu, he has Candy Beam. Now, whether Candy Beam would work on Rildo or not, I don't know. It might work on Rildo, which in that case Majin Buu wins, because I don't believe Rildo has the necessary tactics or skill enough to where he can control himself in candy form. So I'd probably say if that was the case, then Majin Buu wins. In terms of strictly power, I'd probably go with Rildo if he could defeat him quickly. But over time, Majin Buu can't be killed though. He can't be killed by ordinary means. He has to be killed by an extremely powerful energy attack, like a Genki Dama or a Spirit Bomb. And what I know is General Rildo does not have any of that in his repertoire. So that would automatically deduce that Kid Buu would win, or any form of Majin Buu really. But again, interesting because if we go to his first form, his fat form, he's obviously weaker, and obviously he does not possess the intelligence. So in that case, I'd probably say that Rildo might get the advantage and somehow get him in an advantage position where he uses that metallic beam like technique and enclose Majin Buu. So there's many possible scenarios that this battle could play out. Scenario 1 with Majin Buu as in the fat form, I'd say Rildo wins this one. Scenario 2 with, I'll skip to it. Scenario 2 with Super Buu, I'd probably say Super Buu wins because of durability and regeneration and intelligence favor. And for scenario 3 with Kid Buu, this is the interesting one because this is the one they're probably equal in strength. Maybe Rildo is a bit higher. This is the interesting one because, again, like I mentioned earlier, Kid Buu has all these other techniques and Rildo does not. But if Rildo can somehow get him into an advantage position with that metallic beam technique, I'd probably say Rildo wins. See, the rocket punch and his other techniques, like the drill thing, that really won't do anything because even if he somehow found the way to drill right through him, it won't do anything because Majin Buu would just regenerate. Any form of Buu would do that. And when talking about the rocket punch, obviously that won't do anything because Kid Buu has similar long-range moves where he uses his leg or any ligament really, buries it in the ground and the limb pops up somewhere on the battlefield. Again, he can attack him from anywhere. The only advantage with Rildo I really see is with his, let me go to the picture, his Hyper Metal Rildo form where he can control the earth. That's something that Kid Buu can't do, and he has a pretty clear advantage in that. So overall, again, there's 3 or 4 possible scenarios of who would win. Overall, I'd probably say Majin Buu wins based off of durability, maybe not intelligence, durability, regeneration, and various techniques. I'd probably say Buu wins in that category, and probably Buu would win overall. But it would be interesting to see if Buu could even try to escape from Rildo's energy beam and whatnot. So that's been my Dragon Ball battle video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys agree with me with this battle and agree with the outcome. Again, if you don't agree, that's completely fine. Leave your comments below what you think, who would win this battle. This has been Dragon Ball Battles number 4. Subscribe to Lollyman16 if you have not. I will leave all the links in the description below. And I was going to actually make a RuneScape video today, but OBS was crashing for me, so I decided to put this up for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay awesome, everybody, and have a good one.